The truth about Roni, she's a sweet little girl. You can treat her right, feel nice, and hold her tight. Only tenderonis can give a special love, a special kind of love that makes you feel good inside.
If you believe in love and all the things can do for you, give it a chance, girl. You'll find romance. And if you can find a tenderoni that is right for you, make it official. Give it your love. Oh, oh, oh. My heart belongs to tenderoni.
He's my only nigga.
Whoa ha, whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha, whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha.
Whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha.
Whoa ha, whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha whoa ha whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha ha. And when you find a Roni, you will never give it up. Use a special kind of girl that makes a daddy feel proud. The kind of girl that makes you stand out in the crowd. Find a tenderoni and the Roni is so light. I think I'm gonna love her for the rest of my life. That was bilingual.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest show about nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Jade and XD.
Coming to you from WCNT. It's Cunt.
Oh my God, do you see our radio show? Nigga, this is what it would look like. NPR.
Yeah. It'd be like Sway in the morning, but like.
Oh my God, my hair. It would be swaying.
You'd be Sway and I'd be, it's weird. You have the spirit of Heather B.
I do have the spirit of Heather B. She is, no, I can't call her that. She's
I love Heather B. Heather B has been a part of our world since 1991 on A Real World.
Yeah, and I've been a great fan ever since. No bullshit, queen of no bullshit.
No.
And I appreciate that. That's one of the highest compliments you've ever given me, actually.
Oh, totes wokes, totes wokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. If you haven't noticed and looked around, we're filming together or recording together.
Together.
Even though that song is really sad. I cry, you cry, we cry together.
When I cry, you cry, we cry together. I love my life. I love my wife. I was singing the OJ's version originally, and then I was like, let's nick this up.
Whatever happened to Lil Mo?
She was with that little light-skinned nigga on
the
Married
one
to First Niggas.
The one that he does boxing and he's not, he got like, he's walking CT.
He wears a cornrow wig.
He does.
She was married to the nigga who wore a cornrow. Hey, you're not gonna cheat on me with a cornrow wig.
No.
Or with dirty cornrows in general.
Wearing cornrows, period, because let me tell you something. Braids is for...
I have a problematic, like very extremely problematic viewpoint, but I'll share it.
Okay. What is it?
Because this is a brave space.
It's not a safe space. It's
a
what?
Brave space. I feel like... Wait, this is weird. We should just be talking to each other.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, this is stupid. I feel like the same way about cornrows I do about nose rings on niggas, which is problematic. So,
is it the way I feel about niggas with tattoos around their belly button?
No. It's just more so like you have to embody a very specific spirit in order for your cornrows and or your nose ring to be received by me.
Okay. So what does
it's like
that mean?
Not every nigga can wear cornrows. Most cannot. you have to be a very specific nigga with a specific energy to be able to carry off the cornrows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe nose rings not so much anymore. We're living in a new day and age, and you know, before it was. I'm still working on myself. I'm still working. It has nothing to do with femininity. It has everything to do with
the type of character and things that
I don't like niggas with no. You're usually an untrustworthy human being. But see, everybody's free now. But before it'd be like, what's wrong with you? Why you got that nose ring?
Yeah, because back then it was very much like nose ring and very long nails, and it was just like, what's going on? Is this like you being different? Like Tupac and
Well, the nails?
Poetic Justice.
I don't know about
because that when I think of niggas with you see, it also depends.
I've always known niggas with long nails. Like it didn't have any. It has literally nothing to do with masculinity and femininity. It has everything to do with I hate niggas with cornrows and nose rings.
Mine does.
See, this is where you need to self-assess.
Yeah, I know.
And figure out where you are the problem and the solution.
But also too, there's a level of. Because think about it, remember early 2000s, the early aughts, where the gentleman folk
where we were deeply problematic and still calling niggas metrosexuals, yes.
Yeah. And
Tristan asked me that the other day. Tristan said,
do
niggas still say metrosexual? I said, no. It's fluid.
No, that's even worse.
Oh, it's not?
Because metrosexual just responds to how a person of the masculine expression.
Oh, you're right, but they
chooses to it's how they groom themselves or upkeep themselves. Yes, fashion, like Fraser Crane or Niles Crane, that kind of thing.
And tell him that I was
wrong.
Yeah,
fluid means
you're fluid sexually,
yes.
And you have no boundaries or not boundaries. You have no barriers on where you will go.
And how they present their gender or sexuality.
Yeah, which ain't no wrong with that.
Nah.
I wish more niggas would be able to freely explore their sexuality.
Yes and no.
Well, if white girls can go around kissing each other in the Toaded Frog or whatever stupid bar they're in for the night, then how come a nigga can't kiss another nigga and be like, I was just testing it out and it ain't for me?
Well, for one, they shouldn't have did that in the first place either. It was just college. We explored. I'm
talking about a true exploration.
No. I think people should be allowed to explore their sexuality, but when it comes to like, I have a meme that says, I hate a fake gay bitch.
Okay,
so,
no, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to conflate having a meaningful explorative experience
with
compared.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Because I hate a fake gay bitch.
No, there's like my cousin's roommate way back in the day when she was in school. Like we were all at a party and hanging out. And then went and we were all, watching movies, and I was living the dorm life for a weekend because I didn't do that.
Yeah, no, that's a rough life. Oh.
And this girl got infatuated, and I said, Miss Lady, you just feeling the Jim Beam right now. This ain't what you want, and this ain't what I want either.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a little alcohol, but you just gotta sit and self-assess. Like, is it truly what I want, or is it because I'm bored?
Boot bay these hoes, put your foot up and say, "Please, girl, right. I'm not getting ready to fall into your lip smackers fantasy."
Yeah, and absolutely not. No. Keep that stupid little weird Babysitters Club shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, how was your week? It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been very busy. I have been on the road, new city every other day.
Oh yeah, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know any other cities that did like the whole combination thing.
I know. It's just Drake.
I know. He's
maybe
going.
That's why I was breaking in hypes the other day.
Yeah, he did announce his tour this week. Today, actually.
My spirit is unsettled.
Him and our British fave 21 Savage.
Oh, they're going on to do something for me.
Yeah, they're going on a tour of sorts. They're going on a multi-city tour. Two nights in Brooklyn, by the way.
Well, let me get the box of tomatoes ready.
You're not gonna take Tristan to go see 21 Savage. 21 Savage.
See, this is the problem.
21
Okay.
Savage.
So I kind of told this story before, but you remember when I went to a friend's birthday, and I said, and then they had a friend who I didn't fuck with, and I said, so I know this is y'all's friend, and this is your birthday, but I'm gonna be respectful of that occasion, but I don't fuck with this person. So, I feel like I can't associate with 21 Savage at the live show due to the fact that he will not call his friend out for his problematic light-skinned nigga behavior.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I really enjoy 21 Savage.
Yeah.
But he could have came out like, I'll tell my friend if they do something corny.
Yeah.
Like,
as
he
we
coulda
should.
Came out and been like, that was kind of corny, my nigga. But he was on the album, so here we are, on Earth together.
Yeah. Essentially, he co-signed his corniness.
He co-signed his corniness,
even if he just remained silent about it.
Yeah. You was corny, complicitly corny.
Complicitly corny.
So,
starring 21 Savage and Nicole Byer. That sounds like a show.
I enjoy her very much.
Oh, I love her.
I do. I enjoy her on the Drag Race.
Oh yeah, she's fun.
What's going on with you this week?
I had another realization that I'm old.
Wasn't that the last one?
Yeah, no, there's more. So I had to go to the doctor.
Okay.
And when women typically go to the doctor often because there's a lot of things that need to be checked and, regular maintenance.
Oh, yeah, you got to look up under the hood.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of like accoutrement over there, right? Men folk, not so much. However, I did say, yes, if you are able to and can afford it, just go see a doctor.
Yeah, go put that rod in your dick. Go get your booty hole checked.
Yeah, it's important. Black men people deserve to live long, especially as black men.
Yeah.
So, we deserve to grow old. So I know it's daunting and fearful, and the story I'm about to tell, please don't let that deter you from going to the doctor, because I'm glad I did.
Okay.
So the reason why I bring this up is the sign of getting older is because every time you go to the doctor, there's a new test you got to take.
Okay.
So,
That's true.
I was aware, sometimes when I turned 30, all of a sudden it was a cup your balls and cough thing. And I was like, whoa, what you doing? We never did that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, after 35, there's more exploration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say I may be in an open relationship because
they went down your Underground Railroad.
Yeah, they had to check. They had to do
good.
They had to check, and everything is great, but it's very much so like, whew, this is a lot I know it's a lot to be healthy, and I know sometimes nobody really wants the results.
Yes.
Even if it's bad, but it's good to go through it. But I'm telling you, that is a lot when you're just bent over. Remember on Black Ink Crew when oh shit had to get
yes.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. That's what happened, and I was like, woo.
No, but that's what. But I need more black men to go to the doctor.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I need more black people to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
The dentist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ask them for referrals to see specialists when shit don't feel right.
Yeah.
And another thing.
Yeah.
Listen, I know a lot of times when we live in our communities, our emergency care can be questionable.
Man.
Now,
Harlem Hospital.
Don't let
Woodhull.
Woodhull. Don't let Woodhull actually took care of your girl when Methodist fucked up, but that's another story.
That actually happened to Chris Rogers. He said he liked Woodhull. And I was like,
I'm telling you,
is you
Woodhull, when Methodist, when Hurricane Sandy hit, and I was bleeding when I was pregnant with Noah, and I went over to Methodist, the motherfuckers had me sitting up in that fucking emergency room for 6 hours almost.
Just sitting there?
Just sitting. We ended up, remember, we almost got in a fight, and it was all kinds of things.
I remember that.
So, I went over to Woodhull, told them I was pregnant and bleeding, and they was like, shoot, like, fuck these Manhattan patients, fuck all this shit, like, send her straight back.
There's a fucking baby on the way.
So, I won't talk shit about Woodhull. Besides, they have one of the original Keith Haring in the you know.
Yeah. Stick figures of justice.
So, I can't talk shit about them, but most of the time in our neighborhoods, our emergency care can be questionable. Yeah. And what they be doing is bringing these white residents, resident doctors, meaning doctors in training, DITs. They be bringing them in there to diagnose niggas with shit. And they love to fucking get you to try to do some surgery. And do not let these people scare and bully you.
They try to make that money.
They try to make that money.
Yeah.
And, you know, harvest our workers.
Oh.
Because
Listen.
we are the ultimate people. Okay.
Listen, we're the reason we have retinol is because they were experimenting on niggas in prison.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the reason how they found the great thing that saves our faces.
Hello.
Listen.
That's why we have license plates.
Mistreatment of black and brown people is why we have the amazing products we have today.
Exactly. Rabbits.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh, yeah. And animals.
So that is where I just want us to be mindful to not let these, and you're not going to let no little Doogie Howser ass nigga tell me what I need. I'm like, no. So go see your PCPs, get your referrals, see your specialists, ask your questions. I don't care how annoyed they get. Ask them till you blue in the face and you're comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, have an open and honest conversation with your provider because you're paying for it. And
stop lying to your doctors and telling them you don't smoke. It's not your goddamn mother.
Oh, my God. I used to lie about that shit all the time. They'd be like, do you smoke? And then as I got older, I was like, girl, most of the time I'm coming in there high anyway.
Right.
So, because I need to deal with the fact that
I went to the dentist one time and I was there. She was like, did you smoke this morning? And I was like, nobody told you to ask me these judgy ass questions, girl. Just keep cleaning these teeth.
Right. Exactly. This is a service.
Like, don't ask me. You're not my mother. Don't ask me no fucking question.
And even if you are, girl, you didn't buy it.
She was black. You know, black people sometimes with other black people, we don't be knowing our boundaries.
On the next episode of Getting Grown.
Word.
Black people
I
who
can't
work
wait
in
to
places.
Talk about some things that we talked about on Getting Grown because they apply here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We had a conversation with a plastic surgeon.
Oh, fabulous.
Yes, that is going to come out next week, and it applies to something that we're discussing on our show today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pay some bills. Thank you for listening and watching every week. Tell a brother, tell a friend, tell an auntie, tell an uncle, tell your mother, your papa, and everybody else who you love to listen to us. We are world famous podcasters, just a couple of sojourners trying to tell the truth. You know what I mean?
Quaker, gang.
We are on everywhere you can get your podcast, so subscribe there. Also, where the
wow, how fitting.
Yeah. You brought the sirens here because I don't hear them.
I brought the sirens.
You brought the sirens
into your life.
Okay. Subscribe to our Patreon. It is $9.99. No less than that. So when you go on there, you're going to find access to we're at 400 posts on there.
We've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah, we're almost on our 400th episode of the main stage too, by the way.
Oh.
I know.
Well, what are we gonna do there?
I don't know. We got to have a 400 spectacular. Maybe we should do a.
That's such a random number.
I know. It's like in 10 weeks.
What?
I know.
Okay.
I think this is episode 390. I think, yeah.
Well, let me know when we're approaching. I was like, oh, we hit 300. Okay.
Like a year ago. Like 2 years ago.
You know what's going on.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Patreon. You get shit like this and more and more. Yeah. And all the shit that we can't say.
Yeah.
Go sign up there. Also sign up to our YouTube channel. We have previews of what's on our hellacious Patreon, as well as some other cool stuff. We're doing 90 Day Fiancé the other way for free over there. And I'm glad we chose it because 90 Day Fiancé the other way this year is a lot and a mess. Oh my God,
it's so many things, so many people.
Yeah.
So many scenarios.
Right. So go check that out. And also click on the description link wherever you're listening because there is activations in the description box. Some of you have been listening, some of you have not. And I can tell because you don't do what I tell you to do. And there's nothing like major or anything. Like,
yeah, but you don't know when something major will come.
Exactly. You know, who knows? We might be filming something together and you might get free access and might be missing out.
And we'll be missing you.
Period. So let's take, am I missing anything?
If you are going to be in the Europe area or are living in the Europe area, Santana and I are going to be doing the Dopest Dinner Party Amsterdam edition. We come in bike from our reschedule in 2020. So that's going to be April 22nd, a little over a month. So, you know, should you have disposable income in that way and access to a flight and or my Europe listeners, make sure you all come out, support Dopest Dinner Party. We're going to bring you some good eats, some good vibes, and some good fun.
Yeah. Also, if you are in the Los Angeles area or traveling, you can come hear me speak about the ABCs of podcasting at the National Association of Black Journalists Media Summit here in Los Angeles.
Amazing.
It's on March 25th. Get your stuff now. You can check my socials or you can go on the NABJ LA site and you can get your tickets there. And it's going to be really cool. Talking about podcasting. Shar is doing a workshop as well.
Come on, Shar.
Archie, the podcast, is doing a really cool workshop on doing all of what we do and also maintaining a 9-to-5,
Amazing.
which is a good thing. Well, let's take a mini break and let's hear from Grammy Award-winning Claude Kelly, who has a new song.
I was finna say.
Louis York has a new song with Jessie J out today. Today's St. Patrick's Day. Yes, it's today.
Listen to a snippet now.
Yeah. And we're black. Forgot to happy birthday, Asante.
Happy birthday, Asante.
Yeah, his birthday was this week. It was the Ides of March. So, the 15th. You said on the what? The Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March.
The Ides? The
Ides. Julius Caesar. He got killed on March 15th.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the story. He sat, with his niggas who did him wrong, even though he did them wrong too. And they stabbed him in the back on the March 15th. And he was like, Brutus, you my nigga? He was like, yup. And
okay. You know what it is? I got thrown off because
well, yeah, you've been around the world and
I didn't know what day it was the other day. I was like, because today is Sunday. And they said it's Tuesday, Jade.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you're right.
I got confused today when you told me our recording schedule this week. And I was like, but today is like Sunday. And you're like, no, it's not.
It's not. It's not. But yes, happy birthday to our brother, Asante. Yeah. We love you mucho, mucho, mucho.
Yeah.
And your birthdays are always, great and memorable.
They are.
They are.
They are. We're cheating this week. We are covering Love After Lockup on the main stage.
Oh yes, honey.
I'm assuming this is free for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is free for everybody.
Don't worry, Patreon. Yours is coming.
We're coming. Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear no fucking nothings.
We'll spill some tea that should be for $99.99. Maybe I'll tell the story of who that marriage story.
Okay.
Somebody who got mugged at Subway at 2 a.m.
Oh my god. Yo, they carjacking niggas now again.
Where?
Everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, niggas is carjacking.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I did know that because somebody on follow on Twitter who lives in DC got their car jacked.
You know him? Is that the boy? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know them personally. I just follow them.
It's a black boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Okay. There's a couple people.
Uh-huh.
And you know how I flit and float through social media.
Yeah.
Especially Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And I'm finna almost delete that shit altogether. Only because Musty is out here telling niggas that they have to take two-factor authentic. What
you have to pay for it now. Yeah,
I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, there's
for
other
me to
apps.
Secure myself.
Yeah, no, that's very. You see, that's why I don't believe in paying for pre-check. And
no, that literally has.
It is the same thing.
Not the same thing at all.
Okay.
Especially as I've been traveling now more than ever, like, you know. I love everybody that I travel with, the whole production crew, but I mean, I definitely would go once we got to security. It was very much like bye maid, and I would go.
And that is what they're doing. They're making so that you pay for Twitter Blue so you can get the extra. How is it different?
Because paying for Twitter Blue has nothing to do with my well-being and how I make it through security to get on a bus in the sky to go to where I need to go. Like, I can delete Twitter and it'll be like, you know what? Okay, well, that was a time. I need to get on the airplane and I need to do it faster than other niggas. I want to get through security. I want to pee. I don't want to take my shoes off.
So what happens when and this is happening too, especially in Atlanta, where everybody has the same idea you do.
Okay, so in Atlanta, I think Atlanta needs to build another fucking airport. Let's talk about it. Because
it's already big. So they need it. Yeah, they could do another one.
So I ran in. So speaking of which, somewhere in one of these days, I was in Atlanta. I had to fly through there. Mm-hmm. And Young Jock's on the train with me. You know the train in the airport?
The air train, yeah.
So me and my director, shout out to Devin. Shout out to Devin. Y'all gonna hear from Devin very soon. Mm-hmm. Me and Devin was on there, and Devin was like, "Do you know that young man?" And I was like, "I do, actually, but I'm not. I'm going to pretend that I don't." Mm-hmm. And so Young Jock is like sitting on the train, you know, on the little handicap platform on the train in the airport. And, you know,
yeah,
like kind of laid out on his phone. And then, you know, we go through all the terminals. I think E or T or one of them is the last one. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And he's zoned out. Then he like realizes, and then he jumps off the train, and then he jumps back on, looks me dead in my face, and goes, "Is this terminal blah blah blah?" And I said, "Yes, young man." He did something for me that day.
That's fair.
Yes, young man, it is. And he was like,
yes,
thank you. I didn't give him no hit. Nigga, I've never been in a trap. It never went down.
Yeah.
I don't know the dances. Like, I'm call me the Black Forager. I be in the fucking forest with old girl making flower tea. As far as you're concerned.
Yeah, they don't need to know. They're like, I'm not a fan. Nigga, like, do you have the time, young man? Can you give me the directions too?
I might have showed love if it wasn't for Carly Red. See, y'all, that's why you got to be careful about who you associate with.
However, she gave us a hit with Fendi Gucci Prada, Fendi Louis Prada, Louis Gucci Prada, Louis Gucci Prada, pop them girls. Tags. No, that's Zonique and them. That's OMG girls. Gucci everything, Gucci everything.
I thought the dirty white girls was Gucci Prada, Fendi.
What dirty white girls you talking about?
The dirty white girls, and one of them said nigga, and they used to have the Gucci, Fendi, Prada, nada.
I really feel like you talking about the OMG girls, and that's definitely
Crayfish.
Crayfish?
Yes, the white girl.
You mean Creation?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Then yes. Yeah. I know who Creation is. Yes.
I thought
Creation. With
Crayfish.
Yes. Okay. I remember. Speaking of crayfish, let's talk Life After Lockup.
Oh my god.
We're doing 2 episodes, or try to do 2 episodes.
Yeah, because that first one was actually, I feel like, kind of a filler setup.
Yeah.
It wasn't that entertaining until we got to hit 'em with the heat.
Hit 'em with the heat. Yeah.
Hit 'em with the
you and me and you and me.
Just for you and me.
Play it in your car.
Oh my god, we're gonna randomly bust into song all day because it'll be synced.
I know.
We ain't got no delay.
Ain't no clapping here, bitch.
Okay, so
let's start with Amber. Lindsey and Blaine. Ernest goes to jail because they weren't in the next episode, right?
White Bando.
Yeah. So she's coming down. If you guys can remember, we're 2 weeks back. So she had
and
just.
If you can't remember, you should join the Patreon because that's the only place that it exists.
Yeah. Or go and yeah. So they she's walking down the road barefoot like Jenny. Jenny, why don't you love me? And but she's walking like back in the house like nothing fucking happened, like Wigga just didn't tell you that he's about to get sent up the river.
She's a hippie white girl, by the way.
Hippie? I don't know. I just feel like she's a white girl from Mississippi.
Is that what's happening?
She's Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Jenny wasn't hippie?
Exactly. I don't think she's a hippie. I think Jenny was just from backwoods.
Not a hippie, nigga.
Oh.
Is she kind of a hippie white girl?
Or
did I see that in passing?
We're gonna say she's not flat as a board. I'll say that.
No. She got a little.
You can tell she's a mother. I'll go with that.
Okay. Okay.
So she just go with it. So she walks back in the house and she acts like shoes off. Nothing happened. Like he just didn't tell he was getting. He had all of the charges.
Oh no, she was pissed.
Well, yes, but she saw his friend there. Was like, I walked in and she was like, you need to clean that shit up. Yeah. Take this wall down. Yeah. Put shiplap here because I know they're gonna put shiplap in their home. It was a
white bando. Mm-hmm. They was building they're like extending a double wide, or I don't know. It's I can't. They're living there in the midst of all of this work.
Mm-hmm. And so they finally have a conversation, and he's like, "I'm gonna take care of it." And she was like, "How do I know that?
I don't trust you now.
I don't trust you, nigga. Like, I don't. There's nothing about this that is cool or whatever." But of course, she's weak, and she's like, "It's okay. Just next time, tell me."
Yeah, we need to build trust. Blah 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 blah.
Right. So next day, she leaves to go get drugged, or later on, she goes to get her regular drug test because that's, par for the course when you're a felon. And while she's gone, he talks to his homeboy who's working there, their white handyman, Jacob.
Who's scared of her.
Yeah, and should be. The attorney called, the one that I said that looks like Jeff Hardy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I worked it out. Mind you, I thought they didn't even pay this man. I thought it was all the same day. Wait, well, no, because remember, I was confused, right? Because remember the last episode, he was like, it'll take me $15K to even lift a finger to look at this, right?
Yes.
So then we get a phone call from the lawyer and was like, oh, I worked it out to get your sentence down to 3 years house arrest.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
It was, what, 47 lifetime sentences about 3 episodes ago.
You know how. Loose leaf.
You're not trying to brighten up
Paper
the place.
napkins.
You're trying to whiten up
That's
the place.
what I'm saying. Right is white.
Yeah.
Or white is right.
Mm-hmm. I know that's why.
So that's exactly how, in a matter of 45 minutes and her walking back home, he was able to completely get this nigga from facing 20 to 25 years down to 3 years of
like community service and shit.
You have to clean up the side of the road for a couple months.
Right. 3 years house arrest. That was the pandemic. He could do that.
Absolutely do that. Hell, I could do that shit.
Yeah. So, and then the lawyer man was like, oh, I'll cut you a deal on the bill. So I was like, so again.
White is right.
White is right. I was like, I know that's white. And that was them.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Because they pissed me off.
Also, I feel like she knew all of this information already.
I don't know, because she was a little wild about.
Was the other thing, too. His homeboy told him, because he was like, I'm not going to tell her yet. I'm going to surprise her with it. He was like, yeah, nigga, you need to be fully upfront all the time.
Like, as soon as you have a thought in your head, share it.
Share it, because now she don't trust you. And this seems like bad business. See, that's how you got to deal with your friends.
Yeah.
Who's next? Because they bored me.
Let's go with Cameron and Eris because they were only in one episode.
Yes. Scully and Cayenne.
Yeah. So he's finally gotten to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's ready to live his 2 live crew life.
He's such a small man.
Everybody on this show is small.
No, but like in spirit.
Everybody in the show is small and in spirit too.
Because the way he just be barking shit,
but
you can tell it's like, hey, nigga, watch how you talk to me. But also, it's just very much like, gotta get my bag. Where you at? I'm like, why you gotta assert yourself all the time in every space?
Yeah, it's like, have you ever seen like really petite niggas like and like heterosexual ones and they have to puff up while they walk? And it's like, oh, bendito.
Because they be trying to holler.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'd be like, get you, Wawa.
Okay, right. Scram. Move.
They do always gotta assert themselves though.
Yeah.
All the time. I don't know what that is.
For no reason.
It's not necessary.
No. So she got a new crib for the whole fam.
Yes.
You know, for whatever.
Baby Cayenne,
right.
Baby Scully and herself.
Right. And you know, she sent it's a cute little townhouse, you know, from what I remember. And she sent the child to her mama because, you know, so that they can bone.
Yes.
Whatever.
I mean, fair.
Right. Now the AC is busted already because now I'm like, you can't live in Florida and have a broken air conditioner. Like, how long was that broken? And I don't even think it was truly broken.
I don't think so.
I think this is just to expose the fact that he's still a drug dealer. Because we're going to get there.
Oh, we are going to get there. Because, nigga.
Yeah. So the AC is broke. And she's like, I got to get the money to fix it. He was like, why don't you just tell me? I would have fixed it. Cool. Now I'm thinking, you know, like all niggas when they get out of jail, they think they're handy.
But not even just that. He is one of those that's like, I can do it.
Yeah.
I got it. Not even on a physical tip. Like, I got the money for it. Why you ain't tell me?
Yeah. So I was like, but I mean, through it all, like he truly loves her, like for whatever reason, you know, hood love.
Yeah.
Now this is what I don't understand though, right? So he's like taking her to a date, but she's driving, and
he's surprising her, but she's driving.
Yeah, but she gets a call from her dad. Now, I don't see how you can say you close to someone and then to say, hey, I found out
through social media,
the gram, that my daughter got married. That's fucking crazy.
Well,
even if it did happen, so I don't care. No, that
she was
been
scared to tell her daddy. She said, "Remember, she was scared to tell him." Because,
well, if you're afraid to tell somebody, that means you shouldn't do it.
Well, yes, you and I know that, but you and I are not married to felons.
No.
No, I'm just playing. So she was scared to tell her daddy because the nigga's a felon. She didn't want to hear nothing, so she was like, "All right, he'll find out afterwards." I don't think that. Yeah, I think that she was going to share with her father, but it just wasn't going to be in real time.
I guess.
But it sounded to me through that conversation like this had already happened.
Yeah.
Because her daddy would be even more mad.
Yeah.
But
stay with it.
Oh. Excuse me.
Stay with it.
I know.
But yeah, Unc was disappointed.
Yeah.
He's also kind of fine.
He's a handsome.
He was a handsome cat daddy. I was with it. I mean, so she's pretty too. So
yeah,
I mean,
she's a pretty girl.
You know, whatever. So he surprises her with a dinner on the beach. Now every time there's a beach that happens on this show, it never goes right. Whether it's a wedding where white Nubian king tried to marry the white girl.
Yeah.
And she had a change in the bathroom of Long John Silver's.
Because y'all ain't blessing none of this bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Wind, kick up. Water, do your thing.
Right. When the Virginian Kim Kardashian and all of them.
Oh, absolutely not.
On the with
Spirit wasn't having that.
Yeah, no.
Now this didn't go so wrong, but this is where he told us that he was a drug dealer still. So
and he didn't have to tell us
it was
the
like
way he
nobody. I'm still dealing drugs. so
I just want to let everybody know I am not a terrorist.
I just want I'm so glad to know the world knows that Muslim does not mean terrorist.
Every time, because it comes.
Please stop fucking saying it.
It comes up when Puppy says she's not a drug dealer. It keeps coming up on Drag Race, so it's like,
can y'all stop? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
You earn everything.
You earn everything.
So he gets this dinner together, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the beach. Well, it didn't really go wrong. The dinner didn't go wrong.
No, it didn't go wrong at all.
Probably the first time that a dinner didn't go wrong on the beach. But he did hire some chef who did a tomahawk steak.
They gave all the Instagram Negro date night
everything.
things.
It had that useless fucking gold foil
gold
paper.
Steak, lobster,
shrimp,
dessert,
multiple mixers and cocktails. That was mixers for like a party, nigga.
Well, you see how he drinks.
But yes, I do. But also, like, it was High C and Sprite and 7-Up and Pepsi. And
yeah, it was.
And Capri Suns.
I think they try to bring a bar out to the thing.
Yeah. I don't. With your Tahitian treat. But I was like, and I was irritated by that gold fleck on that tomahawk steak.
Yeah, I hate gold plated anything is literally. First of all, it should only be for desserts and only be for on a decorative piece on a steak that's so dumb.
Fuck parsley. It's literal nigga glitter.
Yeah, it's glitter. It's edible glitter.
It's nigga glitter.
Yeah, it's nigga glitter. You're gonna be shitting out gold.
Why? Y'all
because
they want to take pictures of their fucking food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't add any taste. It doesn't add any value. I don't know.
No, I feel like your blood is going to be slightly brown. But anyway, so they did this dinner on the beach, and she's all, "Oh baby," he was like, "My wife loves this shit, so I'm gonna do this shit." Mm-hmm. And then he goes, "Nobody. I paid for this with drug money."
Yeah. And not saying he's dealing drugs. He's more so into distribution.
He did not say he said nobody.
Yeah.
I got the money for all this shit, and nobody needs to ask me where it came from. And I was like,
And
she asked you,
right.
and y'all can talk about that amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But here on this confessional, shut the fuck up, small man. Why y'all got to assert yourselves in the wrong way?
They keep like incriminating themselves, and I can't imagine what the editor has to go through.
Nothing, clearly, because it's still in the fucking show.
But I mean, imagine what they take out, you know?
Yeah.
Because when Puppy and
oh my God,
and them, right, when he was like, he's a drug dealer. No, there's not. That fight was really about incrimination and not because of them lying of what she may or may not have said. It was about.
And we saw more of that in the next episode.
Right.
Yes.
Let's take a break and we'll be back in a jiffy. Hit it, Claude. And we're back.
Yes.
Let's move on. Where do you want to go next?
Because everybody else is in both episodes, right?
Yeah. So let's go with.
Let's go with Tammy Rivera, Wyatt Lato, and.
They're not in every episode. You're right. They're actually in the next one.
Yeah, let's go with them since they're only one episode, and then we can start, living for the city.
Okay. So the matching outfits are back. Yeah. And I'm glad they addressed hey, we look like construction workers.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering. I was like, do they have to serve community service together?
Right. Like, that's cute. Like, I'm glad that they're a self-aware couple.
No, they're self-aware.
They're a head-ass couple, but it's cute, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. So they go to see a doula. Mm-hmm. In true nigga fashion, he's like, what is that? Mm-hmm. I could be a doula.
I can be a doula.
It's better not
your belly.
Right. Better not be no nigga doula. Which is so strange because I'm like, how do men operate when a woman's OBGYN is a man doctor?
Fragilely. I don't know.
That's so stupid.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's so dumb. It's medical stuff. Nobody's trying to kick it to your boo piece. Like, there's nothing sexy having there's nothing sexy about the experience.
When they take that motherfucking gel in that shoehorn,
oh my God,
and stick it in your coochie.
I just learned, color me homosexual, but I just learned that sonograms are not just the gel and the and the thing. No,
it's the wand.
It's a big,
and they put the
big.
Gel. They put a
14-inch medical cock.
They put a medical condom on it.
Yeah,
and they put the gel, and then they roop right up in you, and look around for things.
Yeah, I just learned that not too long ago.
Or you don't have insurance like I didn't for my first pregnancy, and you go to wherever they accept the Medicaid. And then a Russian doctor sticks his entire forearm up your poussoir.
Oh my God.
That's what happened. Tristan was ready to motherfucking fight.
Oh my God.
I was about to make a terrible joke, but I'm...
You could have left that in there.
No, I can't.
That's funny.
Oh, no, you got to take that out of there.
Oh my God. That's funny.
I'll let Abe make that.
Yeah.
I'll let Abe make the final call on that. I don't know. Abe, do your thing.
Yeah.
You tell us.
So they see a white doula in Pennsylvania because it's Pennsylvania. I can't imagine.
No, there's got to be a black doula
where they live.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
There's got to be at least one. We everywhere. We're like Mexicans.
Yeah, but I just don't see. I feel as though Justine and they're the type of blacks who lived in New England and they moved to Pennsylvania because it was cheaper. They wanted a house in the Poconos or whatever.
I mean, yes, they are giving me very much that, but also she has a white mother, and so. She'll take a white doula where she may not go as hard to seek out.
That's true.
You know, and this is all
fair.
assumptions. I don't know.
Yeah, I just in my head I was just like, it's Pennsylvania and maybe based on locale. However, now that I think about it, doesn't make sense because throughout the episode they act like they have money, right?
This is where I was with it was a challenge for me because I said, you just quit your job, girl. I don't even know if doulas are covered through insurance in general.
No,
because that's a personal choice. Which I think I'm gonna do doula training. But
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and I feel like it's
or like midwife training. That's your thing.
Yeah, I think I want to be.
And women need more support in that regard, especially black women, black and brown women,
black people.
Yeah,
because
the men need to work. Both the couple needs to work through that together. It's a journey. Trans men
who are having babies and they deserve doulas, and black women deserve doulas, and black people who are having babies deserve doulas. So I'm like, true. You know what? And I feel like that's right up my alley. But anyway, but she may not have gone as hard to seek out a black doula
as she could have,
as you and I would.
Yeah. Because, and then again, the big question is, how are they paying for this? Because I just don't.
You quit your job, girl. His sneakers are not selling like that.
Did you see them boxing up the sneakers that he had? The one box, the one sneaker.
I said, did one of your old blockmates order this, or what happened? Who ordered these sneakers? One of your child's classmates. He was able to talk him into my daddy's cool, and he sold
that's exactly it.
Off the Alibaba. Did you say it's the Alibaba?
Yeah, AliExpress, one of them. Listen. I know a Shein shoe when I see one.
I know a wholesale item when I spot it.
I live in LA. That's all they wear.
Right. Well, now it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's coastal, nigga. Yes, I saw them boxing up his one order. So they go to the doula, to the white doula, and she's, giving them all the ins and outs. And, Justine's like, I want to be holistic and organic and eat my placenta.
Yeah, I don't really understand placenta play, but I'll let y'all have that.
It is supposed to carry, like, an extensive amount of nutrients.
So the soil. Which
is why you can dehydrate it and put it in capsules. And
that's why we have Centrum.
And CMOS. I did not do it. Does that mean that I never would? No. I just didn't do it the first time, but I was also young and poor.
It's so interesting I know that it's a thing. I know it's a thing. And I also could be cultural too, because I know there's probably people in different cultures who use the placenta and things or whatever to re-eat it. I just don't know.
Is it because you don't have none? Or?
No, because it's like...
Because it's gross? Because it looks disgusting? Is that what it is? It is full of nutrients, though. Full.
Would you eat the wall off your first apartment?
That's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I came up in the 80s. Asbestos in there. Like, what are you asking? Are you saying there's asbestos in my pussy? What is... You just called me asbestos pussy.
No, I did not.
You did.
What I said was...
What you said was there's lead in your pussy. And
yes, that's exactly what I said. You are the Manhattan Project, okay? No, what I mean is the fact that... Okay, I know Fat Bastard said on Austin Powers, everybody likes their own brand, but still, it's just, there's one thing to eat. Oh. Okay, so let me ask you this. So at a long time, like in the 80s, I think Barbara Walters interviewed, who's the nigga that I have? Saddam Hussein.
Okay, oh.
And while they were drinking, while she met with him for tea, he was drinking urine.
Oh,
and
yes,
so
yes.
So essentially, they boil his own urine to drink it because it boils out all the.
Him and Sebi.
Yeah. Do you not think of that as the same thing?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, nigga, you're not gonna be up here eating ribs and then fucking pissing out and being like, yes, because I nurtured my own. Like, Sebi went blind, right? And I don't know if that's like nigga logic or if that's for real, for real. And people was like, yeah, he went blind because he was trying to cleanse from. No, nigga, he was drinking his own pee. And that's just, you put your pee on your feet when a jellyfish stings you. You don't ingest it. But I don't think that's the same.
Okay. How is it not?
Because the placenta is what is holding your baby and shit while it is inside and holding life.
Which is my apartment joke.
No, I have to go pee right now. That's leaving. There's nothing living in my pee right now.
But your placenta leaves your body too.
Actually, there is something living in my pee right now. And if somebody asked me to do it for them,
oh my God,
they would fail.
Oh my gosh.
But your placenta.
My thing is, all of these things evacuate your body, yes? Okay. And so therefore, not saying you would or you're currently, but you're ingesting the things that you have harvested, whether it's urine or a placenta.
Not the same. The urine don't hold the nutrients that the placenta holds. But what if sea moss was well placenta?
I don't know how to go from there, so I'm just going to move on. So her son Santana with an H.
Oh my God. What? Because what?
I'm like, Santana.
That's how I've been. When me and Santana like text each other, it should be like, oh, Jade. Like she'll spell it and I'll be like, oh, Santana. And I'll do it with an H. But I'm like, nigga, every day.
Yeah. That's a commitment, girl.
Right? Like, that's your signature.
Yeah, I know. Why? So yeah, he's the young gentle person that we kind of already knew was gonna struggle when Michael got there, because as soon as Michael got there, he was like, I ain't calling that nigga daddy.
What?
I was like,
I'm calling that nigga sir.
Yeah. Hello, sir, gentleman that happens to live in my dwelling, in my domicile. Barkeep. Bring me my Capri Sun.
Friend come over and be like, who's that? That's just the help.
Yeah. Benson, come. So, but we learned that he is on the autism spectrum.
Yes, he's on the spectrum.
And so he's high functioning, but there's a lot of things that, that Justine has been dealing with on her own, and understandably so. That this can be a challenge when you are raising a child that special needs. And so it was weird because it's like Michael kind of came up to him and he just kicked him away. Now, part of me was like, I don't think that has anything to do with the autism, more so that nigga was annoying. It was like, get away. Right?
Get away from me.
Go away. You and your hair. Go away, hair.
Scram, Simpson.
Yeah. So, he kind of like has a tantrum and responds negatively to like the response, right? And so they have like this weird conversation because back in the doula office they were arguing. Yeah. Because this nigga thinks like all men do, and I'm sure that your husband has had this conversation too, about buying land in a foreign place like Nebraska.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
It
and
wasn't
having like
that, but it was more along the lines of, I love you, my dear, if you're listening to this, but you and I both know that I'm telling the truth.
All niggas have this thing because
you said, because he's in real estate, so he studies the market and sees what's what. But he was like, "How you feel about going to Alabama for a little bit?" And I was like, "How do you feel about no?"
Yeah,
like,
no.
Nigga, what? I'm not.
Absolutely not.
First of all, do you see what's happening in Alabama right now with women's rights? There is a lady who said she is married, right? Y'all think women's rights applies to she's a whore, and if she wants to get an abortion, we're cutting that shit off.
That's not it.
That's not. That is like the tiniest fraction of this whole equation.
Far from.
So this lady and her husband got pregnant, or this lady got pregnant. She's married. The lady is having a crazy miscarriage right now.
Oh no.
And they cannot administer drugs to her for her to expel the rest of that fetus from her body. So she is having to suffer and go through this, which then could cause other harm to her body, leak toxins and all kinds of all manners of things. And the doctor is just helpless. The doctor's sitting here like, I'll go to jail if I give this to you. Like, my hands are tied. Residents are not going to Alabama to study any longer. Like, this impacts so many other things. So when he said, how do you feel about Alabama? I was like, absolutely the motherfucker not. No. Isn't that where they boiled that white man in fried green tomatoes?
They did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did Kia and Toya say? Them ribs boiled. You boiled them ribs. Right. But yeah, no. But yes, that's been my experience. That's the extent of my experience with a nigga telling me he wants to buy land somewhere else. Yeah.
I mean, and it's obscure. It's always in an obscure place. And it's like, where?
Like, sir, you're not Jay-Z. This is not you lamenting about how you should have bought Dumbo. Like, nobody wants to fucking move to Omaha.
No, not at all.
Nobody.
All right. So, he wants to buy land and build a house and yada, yada, yada for all his 27 children.
With his sneaker money.
Yeah. And so back at the ranch, they have a family meeting because they want to incorporate the children's opinions on where they move next.
Her children's opinions.
Yes, her children's opinions, because they're there and,
his or not.
His or not.
Yeah.
And they decide between Texas and Nevada.
Can he leave?
No.
First and foremost. No. Why are we having this
conversation? At this point now, I know he can leave because they doing club appearances.
While she pregnant?
I mean, do you think that she would have?
I guess.
I think.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Pregnant or not, I did not know niggas were still doing club appearances.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing that happens anymore.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know the club was a thing.
Oh honey.
I thought niggas went to the club with the thing that they.
Oh, in the metaverse. Yeah. No. We outside now.
Oh, niggas still in the club.
Oh yeah, heavy. You didn't see the basketball nigga who John Morant, who was in the club, who has a 200.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
Why are they? Okay, listen. I don't know the whole. I think the man had his gun on Instagram Live and it wasn't registered.
Either way, he was brandishing a gun on Instagram Live.
He was doing it like that young man who was dancing to the I put on the roof on these on.
Yeah. Just like, ooh, nigga, I got a gun.
But, okay, and like, foolish little nigga you are. Why would you do that? But also, now why are they villainizing him for being in the strip club with money on the floor? Like, it's
now that is not a problem.
I was like, what?
Having a gun in the club is a problem.
So the gun was in the club.
Yeah.
He was brandishing the gun in the club.
Yeah, while on Instagram. He
wasn't in his house.
No, he was in the club.
How old is this young man?
Old enough to know better. Old enough to have a $200 million.
Oh, no.
And have...
You see, this is why I keep telling Halle Bailey to get away from that nigga. Y'all don't, they all go together.
Yeah, listen, Actually, I can't say what I want to say.
No, you should just say it.
Okay, I'll say it.
That's it.
I get that people are young and the young people make mistakes.
Yeah, we made them.
I'm doing a really good job at cleaning this up as I talk. I just want us as black people to know that certain end goals or what you think is a goal should not be the end goal.
Yeah.
That's where I'll go. Yeah, because what you
motherfucking Disney princess.
Yeah, like where you. I understand people are like, this is a profession versus my personal life and stuff. I'm like, yeah. However, as you become a creative, those things meet, and those things are become synonymous, right? And so like
bitch, you don't work at the Fat Burger no more.
Yeah, like no one gives a fuck about what you do in relation, like in the world. If you have, unfortunately, if you have a regular 9 to 5, right? Like you can just,
that's sad.
yeah, sad. I know. Like I don't want to say that you don't matter, but in the large grand scheme of things, most of us are blips on, on anybody's radar.
Yeah.
However, when you have like a celebrity who is, on the road to Academy Award shit.
And listen,
I know.
No, that sounds elitist and terrible. But
I just want us.
Girl, you a motherfucking Disney princess, bitch. Yeah. And if it was me, and I would want somebody to shake me and tell me, bitch, you a motherfucking Disney princess, bitch. Don't fumble this shit.
Right. It's hard to have a.
And same to the Jean Morin. Like you. Nigga,
he wears coon. He wears coon draws. I'm telling you, any nigga that was no them Ethica draws.
The plaid ones.
No, no, those are prison draws.
Oh no, those are nigga draws.
No, okay. I'm talking about the coon ones with the Ethica that they sell at the Foot Locker. You talking about the fresh outs, the boxers, the plaids that
like fucking nigga on a futon draws.
Yeah, or they fuck you with the hole. Through the hole, yeah.
I'm not doing that. Chafing me up with that fucking.
Those are the niggas when they wear boxers like that.
Stop it, nigga. You know that's not big enough to go through that thing.
They try to fuck you through that little pee hole. It's like, girl, respect me.
Not through that musty asshole.
RESPE, respect me.
They know because. First of all, if you fuck a nigga without a fitted sheet on his bed, you might deserve whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve, right. If
ass you're so. All my young people out there who are fucking young niggas. These are the questions that I want you to ask these niggas if you're going over to their places. And I say young people because this is all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want y'all to look at the base of the toilet. And look at the base of the tub.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ask this nigga, when is the last time he changed his sheets on his bed? Make sure the bed has a fitted sheet. You can tell if a sheet has been on a bed.
Oh, yeah.
For an extended period of time. Pull back the pillowcase on the pillows and look at the state of the pillow. Does it have stains? Is it flattened to beyond usage?
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever been washed or replaced? Love yourselves, young human beings. Love yourselves more.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And we'll be back after this message. Hit it, Claude. And we're black. I do want to shout out a wonderful dispensary that Jade and I went to here in downtown Los Angeles called Green Queen.
Green Queen with a Q. I mean K.
QWEEN.
QW. That's what it was. I knew one of the spellings was different.
Yeah. Queen like.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah. It is a person of color owned as well as queer owned
dispensary.
We had a couple of fabulous ladies curate some dank shit for us.
Oh yes.
And they're reasonably priced.
And I went back.
Oh yeah.
The next day.
Yeah.
And I bought more things.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Support our, support the troops.
Support the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk the rest of these people.
Also, Gorilla Wellness RX.
Oh, yes, and Gorilla Wellness
Black
RX.
woman, mother, daughter owned. Okay.
Love them.
Tell them Jade and XD sent you. Shout out to Cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. Who's next?
Let's go with Tayler and Chance, White Apollo, and Fed Up. I really want to call her weak, but she's pregnant, so she can't do much.
Oh, I'll call her weak.
Okay.
That ain't no problem.
All right, cool.
I actually want to.
I want her to, because.
Is it weak or she's goofy?
She is really pregnant, and I feel like this pregnancy might be whooping her ass, and she also has 3 other kids, and it's just
but she's still goofy though. She's like, she says goofy shit. She's like,
I see why she needs Bobby.
Yeah, she needs her muscle.
Yeah.
Cause
it's rough out here.
She's not all the way. Not, I think. All right, so let's get to the business. Your boy is in big major shitty debt. The nigga has 432 credit cards since he got out. If you've listened to Jade and XD covering Love After Lockup, you found out that he is just spending money out the motherfucking wazoo. We found out he's spending more.
Yeah, so he decides to buy a power washer because he feels as though that's going to be an investment in his like power washing business so that they can make money.
That's the one smart dollar that he spent. This bitch said he spent $300 on CoinMaster or something on his phone. I'd rather you buy a motherfucking power washer. Because he said, if niggas see me power washing driveways and houses, then they gonna want their shit. And he's not wrong.
No. He's not wrong.
The way he spends his money outside of that.
Right. Now, he goes over to his homeboy's house to like give him a free power wash. Right. Yeah. I was like, okay.
It's always like that, how it is. Let me come wash your driveway.
Right. So like he's like, you know, on the phone, like he's talking to his friend and he gets a phone call. However, back with Tayler, she's with her homegirl.
Shopping for baby. Well,
iBuying as
shopping.
what my they're window shopping.
Goes, I wish I could afford this onesie.
Yeah. First of all, they're window shopping at a discount store. So that should tell you something. We're not being elitist. It's more so that this nigga has so much debt that her homegirl says, and I quote, "Maybe you should go to a baby pantry." You know how they have like the food pantry for people, but they have shit for babies like formula, clothing, diapers.
But the crazy part about it is they both work. She works, right?
I don't think so.
Well, she doesn't work.
No.
Well, he works. And she's been able to sustain her and her 3 children all of this time before he came into her life. Now she's pregnant with another baby, and you can't damn near afford to buy a onesie.
No.
Because this nigga has a spending problem.
Yeah. And we learn later that goes down the lineage. Because he gets a phone call from his son. And we didn't know that before all the years that he's been on us, because they've been with us for a couple years now. And he has a son who's about 21. And of course, they never had a really good relationship. You know, he was with his mom, and Chance was out here on drugs really bad. And so
his son is evidence that sometimes the father not being in your life is the best thing.
Listen, sometimes a prayer unanswered is a blessing, okay? Whew, been there, girl. Yeah, so he gets so excited to talk to his son. He's like, oh, I'll buy you a plane ticket to come down here. Now, in my head, I know that they don't have a lot of money, but I do think this wasn't the worst idea of him spending money. Right?
I'd rather you spend $300 on seeing your child than on fucking CoinMaster or whatever the fuck.
Right. So, you know, she's struggling a lot, and so whatever. He doesn't tell her right away about the plane ticket, and so the next day, he's like rubbing her feet, and he's like, oh, you know, hey, so
got some bad news for you.
Right. And she's like, oh, hell, what the fuck now? And you can tell, like, she's not mad at this. Normally she's upset or whatever, but she's like, I wish you would have said something. Like, she's just like, you could have just easily said, hey, before I say yes to buying you a ticket, let me talk to Tayler and figure some shit out. And then he says some wild shit. He says, until we're married, you don't have a say-so.
That was wild with them having a child together. Yeah. I will say this.
Uh-huh.
You know I don't stand behind nothing this nigga does.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to consult you when I'm making plans with my child, whose life I've been absent from for an extended period of time. Am I going to give you the decency of talking to you because we live in the same household and all that? Yeah, but I'm not getting ready to tell my son, whose life I have not been a part of, that I need to go talk to my girlfriend first before I make a plan. I'm going to make a plan, then I'm going to go back and be like, listen, this is something I had to do, and I'm giving you, and I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah.
That's the only. Everything else he should have been talked to her about. The debt shit, the this, the that, like all of that. Yes, talk to her, but I don't think a consultation needs to be had. Like this should be a no-brainer.
Yes. However, he's demonstrated that he's incapable of being responsible with money,
yes,
and being communicative. So I'm kind of like, I agree in the sense that this is my child and I shouldn't have to make concessions or anything. Like this is somebody I want to make amends with, because it's the same issue that I have with Sean and Sarah, right? Mm-hmm. However, there is a level of, you're not good with this in general. Mm-hmm. So this leads me to believe that you're spending way more than you've proven to be untrustworthy, essentially. Mm-hmm. And so therefore, I don't know what is, if this is a ticket for your son to come, or is this another car or something? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then, we'll find out what happened this episode. Because this is what pissed me off when they went to dinner or whatever. So, he's like, but then he guilt her about being a better parent. I want to be a better parent. And that's not fair. I didn't like that.
No.
Because yes, this is a great way for you to mend the bridges and fences with your son.
But you also like, nigga,
you're fucking up at home.
You're fucking up outside of this relationship.
Yeah.
If it was just this, that'd be one thing. But it's the fact that you will go down and spend $140 at the 7-Eleven because you don't have any control.
Period. Exactly. So, Ethan comes, his son. They're strangers. They don't know each other
at all.
And yeah, long hair, Lil
Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
calm spirit.
Yeah, so they're cool. They get along. He meets.
I did laugh when he was like, well, I'm gonna take my son to the strip club, and he's like, there's a strip club, and we can. And I looked at that boy immediately,
right.
And he goes, I won't be going to the strip club,
right, and not because of he's very nerdy and geeky. I'm sure he plays Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not. I just laughed that was.
Why would that be the one thing that you want to do?
Because he's a good old boy, white American. Of course, we're going to the strip club to drink beer and eat ribs. Yeah, nigga, of course, that's what he thinks is going to be the ultimate bonding experience with his son.
I'm so glad I don't have a dad. Anyway,
I'm sure he was too after he left his.
That sounds so draining to have a father. I mean, it depends. You know, I'm there's great ones out there. Shout out to y'all. Yeah. And if you had great ones in your life, that's wonderful. But as for me and my household, perfect.
You're like, father, not totally Ness.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying at the top of it? I was like, this nigga was better off.
Yeah.
And there's so many
when you think you're better off alone. I do.
You think you're better off alone.
I absolutely do, actually. I am wonderful and fabulous. So we learned they go to a bar and grill, a nondescript bar and grill. It just said bar and grill on the door. Yep. We learned a lot about Ethan. Ethan didn't know that Chance was his father until he was 13. He thought some other abusive nigga was his dad, and
he was like, "Who dodged that bullet?" Too.
Yeah,
I was like,
thank God my daddy is an abuser. He's just a drug dealer and a bank robber.
I'd rather that.
Yeah, that's cool. So they share, experiences. Ethan has a little trouble with money.
Yes.
And spending, and so does, like father, like son.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, he's like crying, like, I was on drugs and I'm so sorry. I was a bad father.
Mm-hmm. You were.
Yeah. And that's cool. So later on that eve, they go to this place called Elio's. There's an Elio's in every city. Not to say that it's not a chain. I'm just saying there's always a random.
Yes.
We're going to Mario's or Elio's.
Or a random Italian.
Yeah.
Tuscaneria.
Yeah. Ristorante. Yes. Restaurant with an E and an I. Mm-hmm. Figure out where those go. Mm-hmm. So, it's a big fancy dinner. He's eating ossobuco.
Yeah, shrimp scampi.
Yes, they love a shrimp scampi pizza, which is a thing for them, and I don't understand what that entails.
I don't want that.
Shrimp and cheese is just not the jam.
It's not for your girl.
Yeah, like
it's not a combination.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the Alfredo, like creamy, and the cheese. Like I don't know.
That's why I'm not into shrimp tacos. I'm not really into shrimp tacos. I will eat them, but I'm not like, it's not my go-to.
But they don't have to have cheese on them.
You don't have to.
I don't get like even on my fish tacos, I don't get cheese on them. I'll just whatever the crema is.
I'm kind of good on my seafood in my tacos, except for from one place. They make I don't mind a fish taco if it's a really good fish taco.
I'm trying to understand your rationale why you don't like a shrimp taco.
I just don't really. I'll eat my shrimp other ways with other stuff, but I don't really just want
not like a fried shrimp taco with like a cabbage slaw type of situation.
I'll try it if it's there, and it'll probably be delicious, but it's probably not something I'm going to go order.
I'm so shocked. Huh.
I give me a nice classic taqueria taco first before I'm going to eat.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking about I
also have a personal affliction to gentrified tacos.
You can have taco, Cameron. That's how you say it, right? Camarones, yeah.
Which is different. That's why I said there's one place I will eat. But for the most part.
I'm not telling you to go to, get a mixed shrimp taco. I'm telling you to, from anywhere. I'm just in general, even if you made it yourself.
Yeah, I probably won't make shrimp tacos.
All right, well, okay. Let's wrap them up. So they go to this big fancy dinner. And they can't pay for it.
Stop calling it that.
For them, it was big and fancy because she kept calling it big and fancy. That nigga was eating ossobuco. It's been a while since I've had ossobuco.
You're right.
That's an expensive dish, in restaurant. So they talk about the baby that's on the way. First of all, Ethan don't like the fact that this baby's on the way.
Because
he was like, I think it's funny how.
No, it was the way he did it. He was like, so the baby's room, and he was like, baby. He's like, oh yeah, we having a baby. And he's like, wow, that's crazy, especially since you've been absent until today. But
right?
Good, congratulations, nigga.
I'm glad this baby has family to be with.
Like,
two parents.
Never mind you doing right by the niggas who you did wrong by, but
Yeah, it's cool.
It's all bueno.
Right. So, the son is coming. The child is going to be named Mason Carter, and he gives. He tells, "How did you come up with that name?" Well, Now, first, I'm going to tell you what he said and then my thoughts.
Right. Yes, please.
Because we had the same thought. He was like, ancestrally,
he said,
Mason.
With my ancestors.
With my ancestors, Mason is the thing. And then we have another somewhere down the line with Carter.
First of all, y'all giving reference to your ghosts.
Right. I was like, white people don't have ancestors. Like what? Like Ben Franklin?
Like Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah, no. Ew.
Slave owners?
Yeah, that's what they were.
Christopher Columbus.
They were slave owners. Anytime my ancestors, slavers, huh?
Slavers? Oh, okay. Call them what they are.
Let's call them what they are.
Colonize ancestors.
Ancestors. But the real story was these two niggas went to Hobby Lobby and saw two blankets and was like, oh, that's crude.
No, and your girl was sitting up here looking at him like, what's up, baby?
So you just gonna sit up here a lot.
So she get in the confessional. She said, Chance has an issue with telling the truth. And I was like, So he lies to his son, who ought to add insult to injury that the fact that you just weren't in his life at all. You
right.
now lied to him about his lineage.
Right. And which made him feel worse because of the fact that he has no connection to his family.
And he thinks that you're being intentional with the way that you're naming this baby.
Right. I think it would have came off way better if he would have said you got the blanket story.
I don't know if he was trying to impress his son, because his son clearly thinks about life a little deeper than he does.
Sure. He wears eyeliner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had a wingtip eyeliner.
He did, and when he started crying, I was wondering. I said,
Mm-hmm.
"What eyeliner is that?"
Exactly. It wasn't smudged at all.
It's smudged.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, put that on the list."
Mm-hmm.
But
I know he wear Bobby Brown.
Oh, you
or
think that's
Elf.
what it is? No, Elf will smudge.
Oh, okay.
Might be NARS.
Yeah, it's NARS.
Might be NARS.
Yeah.
He's clearly wearing something good. Oh, he could be shocking us. It could be an NYX. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, a heavy pencil. Yeah, that could be a thing.
Could be. But the young man, what was I saying?
The blankets.
It was like, where did you all pick this name from? And I wondered if Chance felt bad, like, oh, I have to give something that sounds intentional, or if he really just got an issue and just be lying for no reason. Something tells me it's the latter.
It's that.
Yeah.
It's that. So then the bill comes. They do it like, a group dinner.
Yeah.
But betwixt them two.
Yeah.
Let me put 20 on this card, 30 on here, and the rest on this.
Put this here, and this right here.
We didn't even see the bill, how much it came up to.
I'm going to assume it was somewhere in the 300s.
That's fair.
That's what, just for the amount of niggas.
Yeah, it's 3 kids and 3 adults. That's a lot. And they had pizza, and shrimp.
Liquor.
And I'm assuming alcohol.
Okay. Not that much, though. She
can't drink. He's driving, I'm assuming, and the boy.
The bill was probably 2-something. Yeah. Almost 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know they didn't tip nothing but $7.
No. Well, that was them. Let's go on. We have like 2 more folks to do.
Okay, I know you know who we're ending with. So who's second to last?
Let's do. Well, actually, we have 3 more people.
Oh.
Yeah, we have Amber and Puppy.
Oh.
Let's do them second to last.
Yeah.
So let's go with Sean and Sarah.
Oh God. I was. Okay. Started smelling wet all of a sudden.
Right. So, in the previous episode, before this recent one, she goes to link up. Sarah goes to link up with her ex, but oddly enough, his sister shows up.
Yes.
I'm gonna speed through them because I don't care about them.
I don't get at all.
So, she's
except for their big Marie Kondo baby.
Yeah,
it's cute.
Yeah, that's it. So his sister comes as a pitch hitter, and it's just weird because she shows up, and then all of a sudden he FaceTimes her. Apparently, oh boy was in rehab.
Yep.
Didn't tell her. He's trying to get his life together, but he's also like, baby, please give me a chance. I want to be a better. But she's like, nigga, you still in rehab, she's and like, I'm married.
Yeah, nigga, you use drugs still.
Yeah, and so whatever. He doesn't think that her marriage is gonna last, though. I don't think it either. But
I don't either. No.
It is what it is.
She's getting she both of them is stupid. Her and the nigga never really officially broke up. They just both got arrested, and then that was all she wrote. She has chosen to keep the baby away from him all this time because he uses drugs. But then I didn't
realize Abby was 8.
8, yeah.
That's
and the
old.
the mother took care of her for 6 of the years. But apparently, when Sarah was locked up, he had the opportunity to contribute and to actually be a part of Abby's life, but never made an effort to do so.
Exactly.
So Meth Piggy is like, fuck that nigga, no.
While she was attempting to cheat on her husband, she gets home and
That's what happened.
Yeah, she gets home and she's just fuming mad because she ain't get no dick or attention.
Yeah.
And so he comes in and starts playing video games with his son again, and she's like, "No, fuck you, and I'm gonna burn this shit to the ground."
Yeah.
And he explains, he's like, "I'm trying to rebuild this relationship with my son." She's kind of like, "Yeah, fuck your son. I need attention now."
Yeah, fuck me on the swing, but you didn't. So
yeah, and so they have an argument, and then it's done, and then he goes back on playing video games. She's like, "Did you not just fucking hear me?" Anywho, next day, again speeding through this.
Yep.
Next day, he's up here being husband of the year. He's up here doing feedings of this cute baby.
Learning her name.
Yeah, figuring out what babies do.
Yeah.
And
testing if she's allergic to peanut butter or not.
Right. Those type of things when you come in, across a new creature that you're unfamiliar with. So she comes downstairs and she's like, "Oh, look at you being a decent human being." She's like, "Yeah, I want to do more. I want to be better.
I want to go to heaven."
Yeah, he was like, "I don't want to go to hell. Like, I know I'm going, so I'm trying to repent now because, death's door is right there."
If you go to heaven and you do not see me there, that means you are in hell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I forget too, he's almost 50.
Yeah, I also forget that he has 25 children.
Yeah, so I also think she's requiring a lot from him that he just doesn't have the energy for.
This is also girl, he can't fuck like that. No more. You're not even 30 yet.
Yeah, old nigga sex is real. It's great, but it's also efficient. You know what I mean? It's not all the time.
It's getting to the point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It is
in
concise.
The best way possible.
Yes, concise. Good. It's we don't. We're too.
Apparently, the young people are having issues
because they listen. I was on. What social media app? One of them. Facebook. Twig Talk Book, and they had they were making a punch a Gria, but they added all that horny honey and shit in it. Like
horny goat weed?
No, how they have the dick pills at the gas station.
Yeah, it's
they have but they have that shit in honey form, and so now they've just been putting that horny honey shit on everything.
These niggas are taking Viagra. These niggas they can't get their little pitos up.
Yeah.
When I was young, you used to have to get niggas off of you. What has happened?
GMOs. Nobody's going to the gym anymore.
They don't dance.
They smoke a lot of weed. And when you smoke a lot of weed, it's fine. You still got to be active and stuff.
You do have to be active. You can't just sit in the crib.
Yeah, and eat nuggets. It's not, all these niggas have big ass dicks and they can't.
And taking Viagra at 23.
Yeah. And I get ED. ED is something that, it could happen to anybody at any age.
We're not talking
but it's also, but it is a thing. No, it is a thing though, that a lot of young people aren't having dysfunction issues, erectile dysfunction issues.
But it's because of
a lot of factors, because of not taking care of themselves, because of not being active, not because of, the young folks are depressed, Jay.
They are.
They are. Listen, that's why that TikTok was we got to bring Coke back to music, because that's where all the bops happen. Life was a lot more livelier.
Still.
Yeah, but that's.
No, it's friend. They're doing cocaine.
I know.
They're doing a lot of drugs.
I know they're doing all of.
I think it's too many drugs.
Exactly.
Not to sound like
you got to limit. You got to go back to the big three.
You see what I'm saying? Because the niggas used to lace their blunts with coke, and
it's that's because again, economy is bad. Niggas can't afford coke to put in their blunts anymore.
So what are they putting in their blunts then?
Well. I can't say that on here, but we know,
you
unfortunately.
You can't, because you're not doing it. If that nigga got on Love After Lockup and told us all that
they're putting the nil in it.
The what?
Fentanyl.
Oh.
Yeah, there's people who yes, people are being poisoned with fentanyl, but there's also people who actively use it, like the white girl
who said she was using $600-$700 a day.
How are you alive
Bitch,
now?
How are you doing anything?
She is AI.
We got to look at
she
the
is
hands.
Chat.
Got to check the hands.
Gotta check the hair. So yeah,
like she's contemplating cheating on her nigga with her old drug nigga, and she's plotting on her child having a relationship with her father behind her husband's back. And all of this he deserves because he's been a terrible human being all his life. But I still feel bad for the girl.
Yeah. So like
child.
Right. So like she goes to have a breast augmentation consultation. Yeah. Because she wants a mommy makeover because she's not necessarily happy with the way her body works post-pregnancy. And so during the consult,
he calls Kelly ugly.
Kind of, yeah. So essentially, he is very insecure about Sarah getting implants because he knows that she is out of his league. I'm glad he knows that. And he thinks that if she gets this boob job,
don't understand
that she's going to leave him. And so he's kind of like, well, with Kelly didn't worry about all that. She was just into him, and he could just kind of like
called Kelly ugly because he said she's out of my league.
Yeah,
and I'm insecure. So what you trying to say is this lady who you had 25 children with, who you knew she was going to be around, and you basically called her ugly.
Yeah, did.
Like, that's fucked up.
I mean, is that the worst thing he's probably said or done to her?
It's definitely not. He helped her raise the 25 children.
No. So, I mean, it's probably not the first time.
The movie Yours, Mine, Ours, they combined the families. He was like, yours, mine, and yours. Like, those are your kids.
Right.
Like, doing shit with them.
Right. Like, ooh, no.
But yeah, now she, like, kind of feels bad. She's still getting her titties done. We gonna find out if she cheats on him. The rehab drug nigga baby father was like, I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I don't give a fuck about your marriage. I've been here. I'm going to be here. And she didn't mention her new baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she talks about her mom. She tells, the old boy calls. He's out of rehab. And he's like, I'm ready to scoop you up. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's be a family. And she's like, I need to talk to my mama first because she's the one that raised our daughter. So hold up.
Oh, Meth Piggy.
She goes to see Meth Piggy, and Meth Piggy was like, hell no.
She's like, get that nigger out of here.
Right. She's like, get that nigga out. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
I got the rope right here. Code 10. Code 10. We got some hungry looking niggas in the back. She was not having it. She said, let me tell your little ass something. Well, you was locked up and I was raising your baby for 6 years. That nigga was not. And he ain't do shit. He ain't called me. He ain't asked me if I needed no diapers. He didn't ask me if I needed no formula. That nigga didn't say, poof, how is the baby?
No.
Nothing. She's like, so fuck that nigga. He can't have shit to do with my grandbaby.
Period.
Pooh.
And that was them.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude. All right. Let's Amber and Puppy and Monique and Derek.
What's the role supposed to be lovely? What's your role supposed to be lovely? Sounds like a love song. Sounds like a love song. Most incredible, baby. Song cry. First, because Puppy is the saddest person in Love After Lockup.
She's the Shirley Murdoch of the show.
She's the Shirley Murdoch of Love After Lockup. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo. Michelle.
Yeah, so a couple episodes ago, Joe for the Facts of Life, or Amber, goes over to talk to TC.
Yeah.
Because they got to apologize for the brouhaha that happened the night before.
Yeah.
She clarifies to him what he says about them being dealers, and she was like, I may have said that out of hurt and
I
anger.
could have been wrong for saying that if I said it.
If I said it. A long time ago in 1994.
Okay, not today because nobody's selling drugs now here.
Because that was a long time ago.
Back in the day, when we was younger, we was kids anymore. But some days, we was kids again.
Eric is back.
Yeah.
Property taxes
Ugly
due.
nigga.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when Joe from Facts of Life said no, I'm not dagging, she was like, she had to find a way.
She got her a frog.
Right. So, they owe about $3,000 on the house that I thought they lost, but they're about to lose it now.
Yeah.
And the divorce is finalized. So like she wants more responsibility, Puppy does, but we learn that Eric she's not allowed to have money or a car or access to things.
Yeah. Like women's rights who?
Yeah, that's
human rights. What?
That's what Stalker Channing went through on Tu Wong Fu. Remember where she in Tu Wong Fu where she couldn't leave the city or the town or whatever, and but he was also beaten on.
Wasn't that what they did to Britney Spears?
Yeah.
That's what they doing. That's what he doing to Puppy.
Mm-hmm.
You may have no rights, Sophia.
Right. So back to the shit. TC does not like Puppy. He feels as though that Puppy is a source of negativity and a source of holding Amber back.
Yes, and while TC is racist gator skin, he also does. He has a point. I
don't disagree because we learn that. Oh, I had to write this down. She is on. Her parole ends in 2025, but she is on probation until she's 60.
Amber, yeah.
Amber, right?
Amber is on probation.
So, and his argument is that she brings a lot of shit up, and so if you get caught up with that again, with her emotional stuff with Eric, you're going to be locked up.
And while Puppy has been sad as long as we've known her, her being with this frog nigga is the saddest we've ever seen her for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Like, she's always been sad, and I feel so bad for her.
Ever since she got out and Amber said no.
Yeah. I feel like I don't feel bad for her for that because, like, hold your boundaries, queen, whatever, you know.
Yeah. But she just doesn't. This is a very long breakup that she's not doing well with.
She's not doing well at all. She doesn't know how to get back on her feet, and she needs a proper support system.
Right. And, you know, TC tells us he kind of grew up in a white trap house, so he's trying to make it so that his kids aren't around in that stuff because he was really freaked out with, and I would be too. Fuck out of here. You're not going to do all that in front of my kids. It's the first time meeting. Y'all are not getting
ready to be doing this nigga shit in front of my seed.
Right. Exactly. So, next episode.
Yes.
Queen is back. Retta's back.
Did she go to jail for a hot second?
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out when they filmed this because I don't know if this happened before or after.
Okay.
She got a fresh $150 on her face though. Oh, it probably just stopped that thing. Okay. It turned off. It's fine as long as we have this one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she got this fresh $150 on her face. Yeah. So I don't know where that's from. But
we hold you strong, Queen Retta.
Right.
Yeah.
So anywho, Queen is coming with the truth. She was like, I never liked that nigga Eric. Puppy need to go and she need to figure something out. Come on. They're going up the wrong side of the street and everything.
Maybe they are going somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm like, TC, you've never been able to really, and which is not his fault, right? He's never been able to properly give Puppy a chance because as long as he's known her, she's been mixed up with Eric and it's been this.
Yeah.
But I think underneath the surface of it, he doesn't really, it's Eric who is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Puppy is
the
problem.
Yeah.
But Eric is like the problem. Yes.
So they three-way Puppy on the phone. Well, they call Puppy and they put on speakerphone. Puppy tells us and them that. Okay, hold on. Eric. Heather called Puppy and told her that Heather and Eric were still fucking. Number one. About 2 weeks ago. His ex-wife.
Oh, she called her?
Mm-hmm. That's what she said.
She overheard the conversation.
That's what then happened next. It happened just 2 phone calls. First call, Heather called and told. It came clean. Second of all, she played 1990s where I'm gonna put you on 3-way, but you got to mute yourself.
Yes.
And you listen to this conversation.
And they was having an argument, which is an argument about who fucked who first.
Right. In the last 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah. So clearly this is malicious on Puppy too with Heather, because she's like, yeah, I fucked your nigga, and like, yeah, he's ain't shit to you, and still, hey, look, here's proof. So it's like, what are you getting out of this, Heather? You know what I mean?
Puppy but she, Puppy remember when Puppy said a few episodes back, I don't know why she won't just make this peaceful and like just go away.
Because she wants to.
But also because like they built a life together, they got a kid. Like
well, I don't know about building a life. I know they got kids, and I know that they probably just have history.
Well, yeah, they have history. That's why.
But I just don't think
she not just
Heather
go away, girl.
I know. She need to. They both need to leave him alone.
No, I'm talking about Heather's not going.
I know. I'm talking. So they both need to leave. Everybody needs to leave Eric alone because he's an abuser.
Everybody needs to get a fucking grip.
True. So we learned that again, he's not keeping her with any type of money or car or access to anything. Right?
Any freedoms.
Right. So he takes her over to the mama's house. Glad to see that Kathy, she's doing well. Because remember, she's on the sick and set in for a while. And so it looks like she looks better than she's ever have been.
Dialysis is doing well.
Yeah. So she goes over and he is laying on the lies thick. He is like, we're amazing. We're solid as a rock. No Ashford and Simpson. We are reunited and it feels so good. And he was like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. As soon as he goes to the bathroom, Kathy's like,
what the fuck is going on? Because I already know this nigga's full of shit. What's happening?
And all she could do was just burst into tears. Like,
and she tells her mother, I overheard they still fucking. And I ain't got no freedom. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no car. I'm on house arrest. And nigga, I'm not on house arrest.
Right.
I'm miserable.
Right.
Now I did laugh because her mother was like, so what's I don't have a plan, mama.
Right. Because that was going to be my plan.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing parents look. Well, I don't have, girl, I just found out 3 hours ago, girl. Right. I haven't been able to formulate that yet. I'm telling you what I know.
Right.
But I do appreciate the fact that even in this world of pure garbage, she has a support system of people who love her and care about her, because she is just a very sad individual.
Very sad. Very, very sad. So sad.
I hope Retta is actually out.
I hope so too. I didn't gather these girls and hopefully that whole scenario with the mail truck thing blew over. I hope she wasn't charged for that or whatever.
I hope not.
But yeah, I hope that Queen is gathering them because they need some stability, and apparently Queen seems to be their OG.
She is their OG. What the fuck was she doing with the mail truck? Girl, that's federal,
they were disrespecting her sister. I know.
I know. She was like, fuck all that.
Yeah, that's my sister.
This $1.50 ain't tell you that I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Mood.
Are you ready to move on to the Derek and Monique hour?
Derek. Oh
yeah. All right.
Her new name is Sidebar.
Sidebar.
Let me tell you.
Sidebar.
Let me tell you how Monique was fighting. No, pretend you're fighting. She'd be like. You useless. Joan Clayton ass bitch.
I mean, they said she was too big to fight. So
no, who said that?
Glorilla. The Glorilla sister. Not even Elizabeth.
No, because
she made a valid point.
No, but her sisters got busy, and I don't care what nobody.
No, they did. All right, so there's a lot of things that happen. The first episode, I'm gonna breeze through that.
Breeze through that.
So the first episode, we learned that Monique wasn't trying to fuck because she was like, "I'm not fucking you until you get tested."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh no, that's right."
Valid facts, yes.
And I think if you follow social media and stuff, you learn that, they're doing on this press tour or whatever, and he's cheated on her about 10 times since she was gone for the month.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm done or whatever. And he tells her, like, remember there was a pregnancy scare and he was like, are you pregnant or not? I need to know. She was like, so what if I am? She wasn't. But he had a pregnancy scare too.
Yeah.
On his end.
He's about to have a pregnancy scam.
Yeah, scam. And she was like, Monique had a very good argument here. And something that we don't really see on television when it comes to sexual health and heterosexual people. Because she was like, you fucking all these people raw, that's cool, but you should have let me know that. I don't know what we could have given each other. I don't know. You having me out here.
And these are all valid facts, but if I may.
But if I may. Yeah, go ahead.
She was more mad.
That she wasn't the first?
Yeah. She was more mad about. It wasn't even about him fucking this lady raw or anything. She was more mad she got caught knowing she wasn't.
Yeah. She was kind of mad that she wasn't pregnant.
Like, Monique, you bird. Because, yes, your safety, but also.
The Chicago jumped out.
It did.
Yeah. So I thought this was stupid because she could have picked up this STI kit from CVS when she got the pregnancy test.
When did they switch over from STDs to STIs? One day I was like, what's a STI?
Oh, a long time ago.
I know. Well, I started hearing it somewhere in 2013.
Oh, so before, not a couple years before that.
Oh, a couple years before that.
Yeah, but if you don't work in that space, you wouldn't know.
I guess
because disease is a
antiquated term.
Yeah, it's also a very pointed term. Like you're
you
diseased, your cooties.
Like cholera.
Yeah, like you have cooties and
like
shit. Like yeah, because it's not all. Infection. Chlamydia isn't necessarily a disease; it's an infection.
It's an infection.
Yeah. So there you go. So they're trying to be more inclusive and more like.
No, I figured out the why. It was the win for me. I was like, coming up, it was STDs. When did it make this switch?
Yeah, we crossed over. So, anywho, they go out with her sisters, and he shows up, and they grill him instantly, like
good, yeah,
like sisters should,
yeah.
And
what's up with you, nigga?
He invites all of them to Glorilla's sister's house. Oh. To all commune and have a chat and just fellowship. And his sisters at first smell like, oh, this is a setup.
Her sisters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They sat at the table.
Yeah.
Which also leads me, because I was like, his sisters are not unlike her sisters. So, now mind you, they didn't even talk about this or show this, but he was flirting with people at the bar when he went to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. No, they definitely showed it.
Yeah, they showed it, but I'm talking about nobody, like the sisters or whatever, didn't see it, I guess.
Nobody saw. This nigga literally goes, he was talking about his fresh out glow. Ain't nothing to go back. Mm-hmm. That's it. Anyway, that's an Instagram. You know it?
Yeah.
Fresh out, nigga, ain't nothing to go back.
Yeah, I got it.
He was talking about his fresh out glow. Mm-hmm. And I mean, his fresh out glow was, she was throwing it to him at the bar.
Yeah, because when he said that, do you know rolling up with Kay? Where she was like, fit check, gotta make your bitch wet.
I love rolling up with Kay.
Yeah.
She makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets
him and his 48 phones. Yeah. He got, 2 phones. Well, he got more than 2 phones. One for the plug and one for the.
And she don't. Nope. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. No, not my
Let's move on to this week's episode.
Yeah.
The one where I've been waiting for. Sora. He picks his sisters up to go meet Monique and her sisters. They're going to go to a park and chat. Now, this was a bad idea from the start. Elizabeth, you can tell, goes on the internet. Because, that was the exact same thing Beyonce wore in that behind the scenes thing for she was trying to film. Yeah. It was pink. She had a ski mask on and everything. It was so stupid. So, like, they're driving. And I'm going to be honest. His sisters are the most hateful heifers on the family.
Bitches.
But when I tell you, they make me laugh because they are so hateful.
They're so mean that it's funny.
Yeah. That's like, she too big to fight us, and she brought her sisters. Now, I thought that too not because she's too big to fight. No, that was the thing. But yeah, she too pussy. She could have been handled this rah shit a long time ago in the first instance, but she didn't. As soon as
her sisters came, then all of a sudden she was all mouth all the time.
Right. So his sisters think that this is a setup too.
Which it wasn't, because her sisters are very what's a bitch named Deltrice and then another
Calendria and Cylindria. I don't know.
A bitch named
Deltrice. That was like calendar because it's something like calendar. Yeah.
A bitch named Deltrice. Yeah. They came and they're basically on some, we matching your energy, but like we're coming to make sure our sister is good. They're actually more protective sisters.
Sure. Whereas, you could also tell they're a lot older.
They are. His sisters are messy hoes that live for drama. And so they like, this is a setup because, and his sisters are like, y'all want us to come to the party at the crib? Like, I just need to make sure shit is good. Even the way that they interpret things, because they get to the location and it's bringing the noise, bringing the funk. And his sisters are like, oh, well, last time you was talking about you was trying to test our temperature. And she's like, yes, bitch, because y'all was rowdy. And I wanted to make sure y'all was on the right type of time. That doesn't mean I'm trying to come and fight you, but things go amok.
Right. So the other sisters like, well, first of all, Elizabeth and Glorilla try to turn around and make it seem like Monique started everything, and from before the jump, and it was like, we don't know that, but I don't think that's true.
They said she started it when she requested that they not be there for the pickup.
Well, see, again, that's something that's
take that up with your little ass brother.
Yeah, that's something there. But again, the sister Deltrice, Calendria, whatever, did come up to the first. And remember I said in the first episode, like, why didn't she do that? And why did she have the sister do that?
Exactly.
That is not and I guess to get out of harm's way, but also, girl, you're going to have to deal with this head on. That shows... Yeah, because essentially they're looking for you to prove something.
They're looking for Monique to be a problem. So they're gonna find fault in everything that she does, but the problem is she continues to give it to them. Yeah. Outside of the fact that they just are hateful bitches.
Hateful, right? So mind you, they was already high because they was in the car smoking beforehand, and so things get rowdy and escalated. So the other sister that Monique has is like. She was like, Elizabeth was like, you weren't hitting me up. And she was like, yes, I was. I was hitting you up trying to check you because you was bullying my sister. And I didn't like that. So things get escalated. So Elizabeth was like, I'm going to go to the car. Because I know that I'm going to fight. And because this little short nigga was just not helping the situation. He was useless.
He was more useless than Monique.
Right. So she's like, I'm going to go in the car. Angelique, the Glorilla one, she was just kind of there.
Now, granted, I don't know what he would have done.
There's nothing what he could have done. He should have just not brought them, period.
Yeah. He hasn't handled this right the whole time from jump, but that's because he's scared of his sisters.
Right. So Elizabeth goes back to the car. And then, mind you, of course, they calling her big and all this shit that we know already. And then Monique decides to hit below the belt, just like they do.
Yeah.
And says some transphobic things.
She does.
And not going to repeat them, but if you rewatch it, you can see it for yourself. And you can see that's what sets Elizabeth off.
Yeah.
Because they're like, because she says what she says, and she was like, you're not going to do it in the fight. And so then Elizabeth says, okay, cool.
Which that's not what you resort to when you go fighting somebody because, like...
Because I get it, you know, when they go low, we go to hell. But that just means you fight them.
That just means you phobic.
Yeah.
Like, find something else.
Fight. Just
talk
fight.
About her ass job. Her ass job looks crazy. Talk about that.
Right.
They did. I did cackle boots. Because I said the same thing for them. It's like, it's corny when you go for her weight because... Obviously, that's the first thing you're gonna go for. Like, no, y'all, go get deeper than this.
Right.
So they told Elizabeth. They said, "You came up in here with that pink mink."
Yeah.
They was like, "Why you ain't saving that for the party? We thought we was going to a party tonight. Why you saving that for the party? You gonna wear that in the parking lot?"
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
So when Elizabeth says, "Okay," she gets out that mink coat. Her ass
not gonna hit us.
Yeah, and she charges at sister number 2.
Like
both
Granddaddy
sisters.
And Get Out.
Yeah, her ass was out, and because they tried to blur it.
Elizabeth's whole
whole ass. Yeah, she had.
I said she ain't got no panties on the dance floor.
Nah. She just wore a thong, and
and
that was it.
Glorilla jumps in with the pleather tube top.
Yeah, she was trying to. She was fighting like she was in WWE. It was funny.
She was, and all Monique sidebar.
And they fight, and Elizabeth fight dirty because she was kicking their car, trying to make dents in their rental.
So security production had to stand over Elizabeth just to keep her from getting up, so that they could get in the car and leave, which was crazy.
Right. And Monique was like, "Yeah, that's what they asses get," because she thinks that they won the fight.
No, your sisters won the fight.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth.
Yeah. Listen, the girls nobody won. No. Everybody loses.
Yeah. Especially Derek's ass, because if the police roll up, and that's why I said, "Oh, none of y'all love him."
No, not at all.
Nobody.
No respect.
His sisters do not love him. Them smoking in the car with him and doing all this carrying on. Y'all don't love your brother.
Well, he don't care about it anyway he don't
love him.
And guess who won the pony?
Me.
That's it.
And the winner of this snatch game is Jade and XD. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, that was them.
Yeah. Monique says she's done. Mm-hmm. We gonna see.
Yeah.
Derek's sisters. I don't. This is selfish and problematic. Mm-hmm. I want them to not be done because I want more of Derek's sisters.
Yeah.
They are mean and hateful bitches that entertain the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to see all these black women fighting no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to see all that. Like, it's been too much. Monique, I want her to go love herself somewhere else. I want Derek to go out here and catch exactly what he deserves. Because it's coming. It's going to sneak up on you, sir. You're going to wake up one day and it's going to be burning.
Right.
And I want Elizabeth and Glorilla to go to therapy and realize that just because your mother was not the best example of a human being doesn't mean you have to be this way forever.
No.
And I want Big Mama, Big Nana to...
Well, she's not related to the other ones, so...
She don't really fool with them.
And
maybe if Big Nana don't fool with them, then maybe we should.
That's what's key. Yeah, exactly. I'm going on Big Ma's word,
I'm rooting for nobody.
Same. But that was today's show.
That was Love After Lockup. We just wanted to talk about... We really just want to talk about Derek and Monique.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Listen to us for more stuff. Hit us up on the Patreon, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
If for whatever god-awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.